It was late evening when the phone call came, quiet, unexpected, and irrevocable. A whisper of shock rippled through the motor-obsessed world, a sudden silence on the racetrack of television. When the news broke that Quentin Willson had died, it felt as though the engine of an era had stalled. For decades, he had been the voice behind our inner mechanical dreams, steering us through revs, road tests, and electric breakthroughs. Now, that voice has fallen silent. What did we just lose? And what does the legacy of a man who made cars feel alive really mean? Because the story of Quentin isn't just about motoring. It's about how one man shifted gears for an entire generation. Quentin Willson, a name that for many conjured the roar of engines, the thrill of speed, and the warmth of someone who genuinely loved cars, but perhaps loved people even more, has passed away at the age of 68 after a short battle with lung cancer. His family announced that he died peacefully, surrounded by loved ones. In that moment, the motoring world paused to remember not just a presenter, but a pioneer. Born in Leicester in 1957, Quentin's fascination with cars began early. Before his television fame, he was already an experienced car dealer and motoring journalist. But his real breakthrough came in 1991 when he joined the original Top Gear on the BBC. Alongside Jeremy Clarkson, he became one of the recognizable faces of a show that changed the way people viewed cars forever. While others focused on speed and spectacle, Quentin brought balance. He had the rare ability to make even used cars sound fascinating, to explain complex engineering in simple, human terms, and to remind audiences that cars weren't just machines. They were stories on wheels. His tenure on Top Gear, from 1991 until its cancellation in 2001, helped shape the program into more than a technical show. It became witty, relatable, and exciting. Quentin's calm expertise and charm stood out in a field that often thrived on adrenaline. He was the kind of presenter who didn't just show you a car. He helped you feel why it mattered. And when the original format ended, he didn't slow down. He shifted lanes and continued forward in the years that followed. Quentin became a familiar face on other motoring programs, such as Fifth Gear, Britain's Worst Drivers, and The Car's the Star. He also wrote for major newspapers and magazines, where his deep knowledge and eloquent style earned him the title of Motoring Writer of the Year in 2004. But perhaps his most enduring legacy wasn't just about entertainment, it was about advocacy. Long before it became trendy, Quentin championed electric cars. He spoke passionately about the GM EV1 and the promise of cleaner, more sustainable motoring. He wasn't just reviewing the future, he was predicting it. As the founder of the Fair Charge campaign, he pushed for fair electric vehicle pricing and accessibility, becoming one of the UK's leading voices for change. He wanted drivers, ordinary people, to have a fair deal. His work with initiatives like Fairfuel UK made him a trusted figure who could bridge the gap between car enthusiasts, environmentalists, and policymakers. When news of his death spread, the tributes came from across the automotive world, but none more heartfelt than from his former colleagues. Jeremy Clarkson, who had shared many years with him on Top Gear, wrote, "I'm far away, so I've only just heard that Quentin Willson has died. We had some laughs over the years. Properly funny man." James May also shared his memories, writing, "Quentin Willson gave me proper advice and encouragement during my earliest attempts at TV back in the late 90s. I've never forgotten it. Great bloke." These words, simple yet sincere, capture who Quentin was: a mentor, a friend, and a genuine soul in an industry that often thrives on competition. But Quentin's story wasn't all engines and elegance. He also had a sense of humor about himself. In 2004, he appeared on Strictly Come Dancing, only to earn the lowest score in the show's history. While some might have been embarrassed, Quentin embraced it with a smile. It showed the world another side of him, the one that wasn't afraid to laugh, to take risks, and to fail publicly. That humility made people love him even more. Behind the TV lights and polished scripts was a man deeply committed to making driving better for everyone. He didn't view cars purely as status symbols or toys for the elite. For him, they were part of everyday life, tools of freedom and progress. He understood their beauty, but also their responsibility. Whether he was interviewing car designers, testing electric models, or writing about fuel prices, Quentin's mission was always clear: to make people care, to make them think, and to make driving more human. His family described him as a true national treasure whose knowledge was not just learned but lived, a library of experience now beyond our reach. It's a line that perfectly captures what made him unique. His expertise wasn't rehearsed. It was real, built from years behind the wheel, in showrooms, on roads, and in countless conversations with people who shared his passion. Quentin Willson leaves behind a career that spanned more than 3 decades, countless TV episodes, articles, and campaigns, but most importantly, a legacy of honesty, enthusiasm, and depth. In an age when many presenters rely on drama or exaggeration, Quentin stood apart with quiet authority. He was the calm in the chaos, the steady voice reminding viewers that cars were about connection, not competition. His death is a loss not just to television, but to anyone who ever found joy in the hum of an engine or the gleam of a polished bonnet. He helped us see beyond the mechanics, to the emotion of driving, the dream of exploration, the thrill of innovation. For a generation that grew up watching him, Quentin Willson wasn't just a TV host. He was the teacher who made us fall in love with the open road as we remember him. Maybe it's fitting to pause for a second the next time we're behind the wheel, to listen to that sound, that rhythm, that pulse, because somewhere in that feeling is Quentin's legacy, quietly reminding us that the real joy of driving isn't just in getting there, it's in the journey itself. Quentin Willson's story proves that some engines never truly stop, they just shift into another gear.